A story of Nama's glory. It concerns a couple, a German couple, who lived near the ashram for 17 to 18 years, devoted to Bhagavan Shri Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar and their master, Mr. Lee. Fokker and Wute. They had gone to Germany for a holiday from Tiruvannamalai for his annual vacation. In Germany, he, with his wife and 2 children, were traveling by car when they ran into a heavy traffic jam. Fokker became very angry at the delay and decided to try a diversion route. But alas, there was also a traffic jam which delayed them by more than an hour, which of course it irritated everyone. Finally, he somehow reached the 6-lane highway where Fokker chose to drive in the second fastest lane. They were speeding ahead, vehicles on either side. Fokker was traveling at about 150 kilometers per hour. In Germany, there is no speed limit on the highways. Suddenly, Fokker and Wute saw a small car from the left lane, that is from the first lane, heading into their lane, that is the second lane. Just ahead of them, a large car on the right was also trying to enter into their lane at the same time. Fokker and his wife Wute, to their horror, saw the cars on either side speeding up towards a collision course just ahead of them. And they screamed, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, at the top of their voices as the cars crashed. About 200 feet away, because of the collision and the high speed with which the cars had run, they spun off in opposite directions at dizzying speeds, making another truck which was coming that way go zigzag. And the truck in turn unsettled many of the other vehicles. So you can see, you can imagine the confusion that was created and the cars moving as they liked. They seemed to have a mind of their own, uncontrolled by anybody. In the meantime, the lane ahead of Fokker was clear for a while, and so Fokker's car shot through and he halted his car a little ahead and ran back to see what damage had been done due to the accident. There were 2 women traveling in the small car whose engine had been crushed. The car was a wreck, but the 2 women were miraculously unhurt and were sitting dazed in the wrecked car. Fokker offered to send his wife Wute, who was a qualified nurse, to attend on them. Meanwhile, another lady in a car who stopped behind them had come there. She said that she was a doctor and could handle the situation herself. So there were miraculously no injuries at all to the occupants of the other car which had collided with the small car. So it was all hell let loose, and yet the damage happened only to the vehicles and not to the people. What a wonder. It became the talk of the town that, of course, nobody knew that Mr. Fokker and his wife Wute screamed Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, and it was Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar who adjusted the whole lot in such a way that whatever was meant to happen to people around got shifted to the vehicles. You see the glory of the name that they screamed just in time, though they could not help the situation. They did help by screaming Yogiram Sarath Kumar, which saved every life around, despite all the confusion that was caused. So, dear devotees of Bhagavan, let us remember once again the glory of the name and what it can do. And chant more and more and more and keep offering them at His lotus feet. And pray. Pray with intensity, wholeheartedly. Beloved Bhagavan, here is another story of Nama's glory. One lady from Madurai by name Meena Lakshmi had been suffering from severe pain in the ear for 13 years. Not just 1 year or 2 years, 13 years. Many, many doctors and many treatments, but all in vain. If anything, now the pain has become more acute than ever before. What was more, the pain in the ear was constantly accompanied by severe headache as well, making it intolerable. When she approached the doctor, he said, "Oh, it has been there for so long and now has intensified. There could be something wrong with your brain. Let us have a CT scan done and then start the treatment." Now that was a shock to the whole family. Needless to say how agonized they were. At this time, that was nearly 5 years back, by providence, Meena Lakshmi and family came to Tiruvannamalai on their way back to Madurai from some place. As Meena Lakshmi did not know anything about Bhagavan Yogiram Sarath Kumar at that time, she went straight to Arunachaleshwar Mandir. There, in a mandap, she saw the photos of the great masters, Sri Seshadri Swami, Sri Ramana Bhagavan, and Yogiram Sarath Kumar Bhagavan, and a few others. Her sister told her to look at those great masters' eyes intensely. Then she would be able to feel their divinity. Somehow, Meena Lakshmi was drawn to Yogiram Sarath Kumar's picture. She began to gaze at the eyes of Bhagavan intensely. Few minutes passed. Suddenly, she felt Bhagavan from the picture entering straight into her. She felt ecstatic. And with that experience, extraordinary experience, she returned to Madurai. There, she came to know more and more about Yogiram Sarath Kumar and his glorious Nama. With great joy and enthusiasm, she began to repeat his name. One day, a friend by name Meena Ramanathan invited Meena Lakshmi to come home for a Nama Bhajan session by Sri Masanamuthu. Very happily, Meena Lakshmi hastened to attend. While the Nama was going on, Meena Lakshmi, despite her great agony of pain in the ear and head, began to repeat the name with joy and tears. Tears of agony and joy of the name. Suddenly, she had something like a vision. Bhagavan came down from the photograph, sat near her, put his finger into her ear and drew something very black from that, and then threw it out. The vision disappeared and she felt a thrill in her body and became ecstatic. What was more, there was no more pain in the ear and the head. She thought it was a temporary relief, but for the past 5 years, the pain had not returned at all, proving that it was no vision but true experience, a divine gift of his glorious name. So, dear friends of Bhagwan, let us all chant more and more of this wonderful divine name and pray intensely, beloved Bhagwan. भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु. With another story of glory, Nama's glory, Swami's glory. Everybody who comes to the ashram knows very well Sri Vallikanna, who is there at the counter in the office. Now 1.5, 2 years back, he wanted to go to Kailash. He is a Shiva Bhakta. He goes to Arunachaleshwara Mandir every day in the morning. And 2 years back, he had an intense desire to visit Kailash. So he found one Om Yatra services and paid 75,000 rupees. Not only he, there were so many other people who trusted this Om Yatra and paid 75, 80, 85,000. And then, after some time, they found out that it was a fake one, and the one who collected all this money ran away with that. And there was no program at all. So by the time they came to know about it, these people, some 60 of them, could do nothing about it. They felt very bad that they have lost money. But then what could they do about it? It's very, very difficult these days to get back money at all from anybody, especially one who has planned very well to cheat people. So what happened? He came to Pradhan Mandir, he prayed to Bhagwan, and he told me also about that. And then I gave him some notebooks to write. Just keep writing Bhagwan's Nama until you get the money. And of course he started to write. He was also sending prayer letter every week, one, which I would read out to Bhagwan. So we were attacking the problem with intense Nama chanting, Nama writing and prayer. So a few months went on. And in the meantime, that man was caught and he was thrown into jail. And then somehow, after some time, he came out also. And the Nama chanting continued, Nama writing continued, the prayer continued. And then surprisingly, to the delight of Mr. Vallikanna, this man came into contact with Vallikanna and said he would send the first installment of money. He would return. He promised he would return the money. Of course, none of us believed it, but still we believed in the Nama and its glory. So the Nama chanting, the prayer went on. And true to his word, this man returned some money by the first installment. And within almost 6 to 8 months, he returned all the 75,000 rupees. Unbelievable. Vallikanna said that no one else got back the money. He was the only one who got it back. So all that Nama chanting, all that Nama writing and praying did not go waste. It achieved the impossible. And of course, Vallikanna, being a devotee of Bhagwan, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, he knew it is by Bhagwan's kripa that he got the money back when no one else did. So he gave all that money as donation to the ashram itself. So today I chose this story because it concerns money. And he not only lost the money, you see, he was inspired to go to Kailash. He paid the money, and then by Bhagavan's grace, by Bhagavan's Nama's glory, he got it back. And the Nama not only got the money back to him, it made him donate the money also. It made him do further punya, a meritorious deed. He offered it as the money offered to Shiva. So, this is another story which proves the glory of the name. Such is the glory of the name that today, being Akshaya Tritiya day, whatever good karmas that we do will multiply, and all our meritorious deeds will pay back in time, and what is more, it would multiply our spiritual intention as well, our spiritual practices. And so, dear devotees of Bhagavan, knowing what this Nama can do, there are several incidents, ever so many incidents which can prove again and again how the lost jewel, lost money could come back to us by His grace by merely chanting His name. Only thing is we have to be a little patient and wait for the right moment, and the grace would choose the moment to return all that we have lost. Jai Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. We have been extremely fortunate that we could chant this blessed name, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. Yogi ji used to say, blessed are those who utter this name, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, even once in their life. So such is the glory of the name. He used to say, a beggar like this comes only once in 500 years. So, there was one child by name Godavari. She used to come there, and after hearing this, I was flabbergasted. I taught this child to repeat it in a way Bhagavan would repeat it, which delighted Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar Bhagavan no end. So he would ask her to repeat it again and again, and sometimes he would clap his hands and peals of laughter would flow from him, cascading laughter. And he said, Devaki, Godavari knows who this beggar is. And then he would ask her, Godavari, you know who this beggar is? She would smile and then say, God. He'd say, oh, where is God, Godavari? She'd say, here. She will show her tender hand towards Bhagavan and then say, here he is. And then again, Bhagavan would go into uproarious laughter and say, Devaki, Godavari knows who this beggar is. You see, the glory of his name is well known to all of us by now, and we have been chanting it together. And please remember, no single Nama goes waste, and especially 100 people sing together. You utter only one Nama at a time, but then 99 other Namas join together, and therefore you get the benefit of 100 names. And again recall that the Nama chanting not only helps the chanter, the individual, but also the people around and the world, and also this beggar's work. So, dear devotees of Bhagavan, dear friends, we shall go on chanting this blessed name more and more, offering it at the holy lotus feet of Bhagavan, and make our prayer, as usual, for the sake of the world and the country. Beloved Bhagavan, Jai Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. There is one devotee by name Radhakrishnan. When he once visited Sannadi Street, he was visiting several times. One of the times, when he was sitting before Bhagwan Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, Shri Yogi Ji asked him, Radhakrishna, are you doing this morning twilight worship and evening twilight worship? It's called Sandhya Vandanam. Are you doing it? Yes, Swami. All right, now when you do that, are you not uttering the names Sri Rama, Krishna, Madhusudana, Trivikrama, Vamana, Sridhara? Yes, Swami. They are all the names of this beggar, Radhakrishna, at those times. Now, in this Kali Yuga, my name is Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. You please include this also, he said. Despite his pleas, it was a command with authority. So, I don't have to say anything more. This conversation tells us the glory of this name. Let us keep on chanting more and more and submit our prayers at his feet as usual. The prayer story. In Tanjore district, near Thiruvayaru, there is a place called Kaduveli. There, Sri Vishwanathan is running Sri Venkateshwara Orphanage. Mrs. Indra is the superintendent there. This orphanage has 80 old people, abandoned old people, 325 orphan children, and again 30 discarded by the families as useless, abandoned women with 10 children. But fortunately, all of them are devoted to Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. They have all been coming to the ashram for the past few years. Every day, both in the morning and in the evening, Sri Vishwanath, the secretary, Mrs. Indira, the superintendent, and the children and the elderly people would sit together and chant the name for 1 hour. This has been the practice all along. All the challenges were faced by the orphanage only with the help of Bhagwan's Nama, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. On February 27th, as recent as 2 months back, February 27th, 2020, a 12-year-old boy by name Shivadasan he used to do Jaldra and sing the name with fervor and love. And whenever he came with the other boys to the ashram also, he would not leave Pradhan Mandir for his room to rest like other boys, but would continue the Nama. Unfortunately, on that particular day, February 27, 2020, that is nearly 2 months back, Shivadasan all of a sudden developed much phlegm in his lungs and high fever. That particular day, Sri Vishwanathan, Mrs. Indira and 5 staff had gone to Chennai for a meeting. So in the hostel, 2 residential teachers took the boy to Thiruvayaru Government Hospital. He was given some medicine, but all that happened was only more fever, vomiting and shortage of breath. Now very much afraid, 2 teachers rushed him to the hospital again in the evening. But this time, the hospital people found him in a very serious condition. He seemed to have pneumonia. Unable to cope up with the case, They themselves arranged for ambulance and sent the boy to Tanjore Government Hospital. In the meantime, Shri Vishwanathan, Mrs. Indira, and the other teachers heard what happened, and while returning from Chennai, were chanting Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar Nama fervently. Mrs. Indira spoke to the boy just before he got into the ambulance, saying, "You have chanted his holy name so much. Bhagavan will not let you down, my boy. Just continue chanting." The boy promised in a feeble voice and was immediately rushed to the Tanjavur hospital. The doctors found out it was a hard case of advanced pneumonia, rushed him to the intensive care unit, and struggled on. Indira and the other people returned to Venkateshwara Hostel around 1 o'clock in the night, heard the news, the horrid news awaiting them, that the boy had no hope at all and the doctors had given up. If there was anyone related to the boy, they could be immediately sent word to. Horrified at this news, Indira and 9 others started chanting the name Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar loudly till about 4 o'clock in the morning, pleading with Bhagavan to save the life of the boy. The 2 teachers outside the government hospital, Tanjavur, waiting in the veranda, not knowing what to do, were also chanting the name the whole night. In the morning, around 9 o'clock, the boy, who was given up completely as hopeless by the doctors, and according to them was marching towards a certain death, suddenly got up and sat in his bed in the intensive care unit, to the shock and surprise of the medical staff around. What was more, he asked for some water and then said he was feeling hungry. He wanted some food. He demanded some food. The doctors understood something extraordinary had happened beyond the knowledge of the medical field. The boy who had pneumonia, high fever, vomiting, and shortage of breath, his breath was sinking low and low, should suddenly get up, sit and ask for food. Isn't it unheard of? Shri Vishwanathan and the teachers received this happy news and continued their chanting with devotion, gratitude and more enthusiasm and fervor. The boy got well gradually and was discharged 2 days after, to the relief of everybody. Imagine, with the old and abandoned ladies and orphaned children, the many varieties of challenges Shri Vishwanathan and the teachers must be facing from time to time. They ride over all these difficulties only with the help of the divine name, Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar. They all say with a smile whenever they come, the divine name is their only savior. Such is the glory of the divine name, Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar. There was an American lady who had come with a group here to the ashram. And then one day she came near me and cried and said, "Amma, please don't think that I am crying out of agony or misery. These are my happy tears, remembering what Bhagavan has done for me, how he saved me from a great danger." Then she started to describe. She said she was working in a company in New York and was living in an apartment, one-room apartment, several stories high. Now one day, about 8:30, she returned from the company, climbed up the stair. And then that day, she had some kind of premonition. And yet, she just locked herself in safely. And she was thinking of Swami. And suddenly, she heard loud knocks at the door. Violent knock at the door. She looked through the lens and found 3 stout men, horrid-looking men with revolvers. Then she knew she was in trouble. She was in great danger, that her very life was at stake. She just didn't know what to do. She was terrified, and then she was trying to look for a place where she could hide. But then there was no place at all. It was only a single room. There was 1 room extra and a bath. So she ran here and there desperately, and finally she knew that she could not hide herself at all. So she started to chant Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar Nama, because her groups used to come to the ashram. They knew him very well. So she was desperately chanting Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. Please save me, please save me. And then she found a corner where the 2 walls meet. So she went to the corner, sat there, and bent her head between the 2 knees. She looked like a bundle of clothes at a distance. And she bent down her head so deep and was chanting inside, desperately. Minutes passed, and those people lost their patience. And then they knocked heavily, violently, and finally they broke the door open and walked in. And then there was all hell let loose. They opened this and that, they pulled out everything, they broke everything in anger. They were looking for her here and there, running about, but they could not find her. It was very strange because she was sitting right opposite in a corner for everybody to see. And they were standing right in front of her, talking to each other. Where did this woman disappear? I saw her walking up. She must be here somewhere. And again, they would go around searching for her, a small place. And then they tried, they were looking for some, probably a few papers. Maybe they contained the secrets of the company or something. And they could not find anything there. And again they got more angry. They could not find the woman. They could not find what they came looking for. And then again they broke some of those items there. And after sufficient time, they got tired and made sure they had done their best. And they walked out. So it took quite some time for this lady to come out. She slowly straightened herself, looked around, and saw the mess they had left behind. And then suddenly she knew that Swami had made her invisible to them. That she was chanting the name so desperately, and Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar made her invisible to those miscreants. They could have done anything to her. They could have killed her, they could have molested her. And yet, by chanting his name, she invoked a huge grace from Bhagavan, which made her invisible to these violent visitors. And that's how she was saved. So when she came here, she said, I was trying to tell people in the company how I was saved. Nobody would believe me. That I looked invisible to the eyes of those people, nobody would believe. They were delighted though that I was saved, but they could not believe what happened. Such is the glory, such is the grace, mercy of our Swami Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. I cannot help shedding tears of happiness just remembering him. He has become my very life ever since. So you see, dear friends, devotees of Bhagavan, what Nama can do. How we have been seeing story after story at different levels. How it rescues people, how intelligently in each situation. And Bhagavan's, this glorious name will definitely do the needful for us also in the present crisis. So we must go on chanting his name. At some name, the salvation would come, the solution would come to the problem. So until we reach that name, let us go on chanting and offering at his feet. Here is one more story of his glory, his Nama's glory, the prayer story. In Tanjore district, near Thiruvayaru, there is a place called Kaduveli. There, Sri Vishwanathan is running Sri Venkateshwara Orphanage. Mrs. Indra is the superintendent there. This orphanage has 80 old people, abandoned old people, 325 orphan children, and again 30 discarded by the families as useless, abandoned women with 10 children. But fortunately, all of them are devoted to Yogi Ram Surat Kumar. They have all been coming to the ashram for the past few years. Every day, both in the morning and in the evening, Sri Vishwanath, the secretary, Mrs. Indira, the superintendent, and the children and the elderly people would sit together and chant the name for 1 hour. This has been the practice all along. All the challenges were faced by the orphanage only with the help of Bhagavan's Nama, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar. On February 27th, as recent as 2 months back, February 27th, 2020, a 12-year-old boy by name Shivadasan he used to do Jaldra and sing the name with fervor and love. And whenever he came with the other boys to the ashram also, he would not leave Pradhan Mandir for his room to rest like other boys, but would continue the Nama. Unfortunately, on that particular day, February 27, 2020, that is nearly 2 months back, Shivadasan all of a sudden developed much phlegm in his lungs and high fever. That particular day, Sri Vishwanathan, Mrs. Indira and 5 staff had gone to Chennai for a meeting. So in the hostel, 2 residential teachers took the boy to Thiruvayaru Government Hospital. He was given some medicine, but all that happened was only more fever, vomiting and shortage of breath. Now very much afraid, 2 teachers rushed him to the hospital again in the evening. But this time, the hospital people found him in a very serious condition. He seemed to have pneumonia. Unable to cope up with the case, they themselves arranged for ambulance and sent the boy to Tanjore Government Hospital. In the meantime, Sri Vishwanathan, Mrs. Indira and the other teachers heard what happened, and while returning from Chennai were chanting Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Nama fervently. Mrs. Indira spoke to the boy just before he got into the ambulance, saying, "You have chanted his holy name so much. Bhagavan will not let you down, my boy. just continue chanting. The boy promised in a feeble voice and was immediately rushed to the Tanjavur hospital. The doctors found out it was a hard case of advanced pneumonia, rushed him to the intensive care unit and struggled on. Indira and the other people returned to Venkateshwara hostel around 1 o'clock in the night, heard the news, the horrid news awaiting them, that the boy had no hope at all and the doctors had given up. If there was anyone related to the boy, they could be immediately sent word to. Horrified at this news, Indira and 9 others started chanting the name Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar loudly till about 4 o'clock in the morning, pleading with Bhagwan to save the life of the boy. The 2 teachers outside the government hospital, Tanjavur, waiting in the veranda, not knowing what to do, were also chanting the name the whole night. In the morning, around 9 o'clock, the boy, who was given up completely as hopeless by the doctors, and according to them was marching towards a certain death, suddenly got up and sat in his bed in the intensive care unit, to the shock and surprise of the medical staff around. What was more, he asked for some water and then said he was feeling hungry. He wanted some food. He demanded some food. The doctors understood something extraordinary had happened beyond the knowledge of the medical field. The boy, who had pneumonia, high fever, vomiting, and shortage of breath, his breath was sinking low and low, should suddenly get up, sit and ask for food. Isn't it unheard of? Shri Vishwanathan and the teachers received this happy news and continued their chanting with devotion, gratitude and more enthusiasm and fervor. The boy got well gradually and was discharged 2 days after. To the relief of everybody. Imagine with the old and abandoned ladies and orphaned children, the many varieties of challenges Shri Vishwanathan and the teachers must be facing from time to time. They ride over all these difficulties only with the help of the divine name, Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar. They all say with a smile whenever they come, the divine name is their only savior. Such is the glory of the divine name, Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar. So, dear devotees of Bhagwan, dear friends, we have chanted this glorious name for the past 1 hour and offered it at the feet of Bhagwan. Now let us pray more intensely and wholeheartedly with hope in our heart, remembering his promising assurance, no single nama goes waste. Beloved Bhagwan, no single nama goes waste, and every nama means his vibrant presence. So while we chant the name, we are sitting in him. He is sitting inside us vibrantly. He knows all our thoughts and prayers. And even blessed are the people who chant, who utter this name, Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar, even once in their life. Has been a very special promise from him. So let's remember that also. And then again, he told Sri Radhakrishnan to include his name, Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar, along with Sri Rama, Krishna, Trivikrama, Vamana, etc., saying that Rama, Krishna, Trivikrama, Vamana were all the names of this beggar at those times. Now in this Kali Yuga, His name is Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar. Radha Krishna include this also. And today I shall report one more piece of conversation between a long-term devotee, well known to all of us, Srimati Tilakavati Amma Rajashekar. Once in Nada Lodge, when she was sitting before him, he was saying, Tilakavati, you are doing Shiva Puja, then why do you chant this beggar's name? Tilakavati Amma answered, Swami, if I call Sundareshwara by the name Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar, I feel I am very close to him, Swami. At this instant reply, spontaneous reply from Tilakavati, Swami burst out with beautiful peals of laughter, cascading laughter, and then he took both her hands and put them on his eyes in a gesture of worship. He added, Tilakavati, all those 64 Leelas of Lord Sundareshwara are my Leelas. So let's remember these powerful words of Bhagavan, that Bhagavan is none other than Lord Shiva, he is none other than Lord Vishnu, he is none other than this Parabrahman, the infinite consciousness in which our every breath is rooted, every thought is rooted, every word is rooted, every action is rooted. So let's pray to the divine Bhagavan, oh beloved Bhagavan. We all know there are countless beneficiaries who have been overwhelmed by the miracle of Nama, by the miracle of the ever-attentive grace of the compassionate Guru, Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar. Shri Yogi Ji always talked about his father's work, and he said, meeting people and blessing them is only a small fraction of my father's work. Most of my father's work is hidden. Even then, at least a fraction of this work must be to help people out of adverse situations. A wide variety of problematic circumstances, be it a deadly disease, infertility, tracing the lost jewels or persons, or starting an obstinate machine. Here is one more story of Bhagavan's Nama's glory. One Sri Harish, who was a student in an engineering college in Salem, used to attend the satsangs of Professor Karunakaran. His father was a devotee of Yogi Ram Sarath Kumar. At his recommendation, this boy also started to attend, and he was greatly drawn to the divine beggar. He developed a great devotion towards him. By chanting his Nama and praying often, he developed an inner communication with Swami. After he completed his degree in engineering, he was blessed with some jobs in India here and there. But after that, before long, he got a job in a leading construction company in Muscat, where he was immediately put in charge of a big project to be completed in 8 days. It was a fast-track project with 12 sections. and to complete it in such a short period was next to impossible. It meant the activities scheduled to be performed sequentially have to be performed in parallel with careful and intelligent planning ahead using compression techniques. However, he and the workers under him decided to try hard, and they started. The very first day, threw a challenge in their way. The pulling machine could not start. The technicians tried all they could, but the machine was stubborn. It would not budge even a millimeter. Harish desperately began to chant Bhagavan's Nama and prayed for the divine intervention. He took a chance, got the key from the operator, and tried his own hand. To the wonder and delight of everyone there, the machine started. The project was progressing smoothly afterwards, but when they were nearing the target date, the workers suddenly began to give trouble. They deliberately delayed the work in order to press their demand for higher incentive. In the work, Harish had to complete 3 more critical sections yet. It was a 12-section fast-track project. He was at a loss to know what to do. He became totally upset, returned to his room, and started to chant and pray vigorously, desperately. Soon, there was a knock on the door. He opened the door and welcomed the friend who entered. But surprise of surprises, a butterfly also flew in. He could not help wondering how a butterfly could appear in that desert at that evening time of the day. But then he knew instantly it was Bhagavan. It was his way of assuring him everything would be all right. He became very happy. And the next day, the workers assembled for work with their usual resistance. But they could not start the work because a heavy sandstorm began to develop and blow. It continued for 3 days. It upset the workers, affected their wages and incentive. On the third day, they came to his room and pleaded for the resumption of the work. They appeared ready to cooperate. The sandstorm also abated next morning, again to the surprise of everyone. How did it start? How did it disappear all of a sudden? No one knew except Harish. But the workers now were a changed lot. They began to work with sincerity and earnestness and successfully completed the task, much to the satisfaction of the management. Isn't it amazing the way in which Bhagavan controlled the technology by starting the machine, the nature by sending a sandstorm, and the psychology of the human mind, all to help a humble devotee? This Bhagavan and his assurance is also with us. We know how powerful is his name, and we have been singing his name for the past 1 hour and offered them at his feet. A story of Nama's glory. This concerns the family of Bhagwan before he came down to the south, giving up everything. The family had to struggle a lot. After Bhagwan had this madness, he had to give up everything and completely steeped in God madness. He was wandering all over. His wife, Mataji Ram Ranjani Devi, had to take up some teacher's training, and she was staying in a place called Ichak and working there as a teacher with her daughters and the son for 19 years. This Ichak is just 14 kilometers away from a place called Hazaribagh. Hazaribagh is a city, Ichak is a village. And this Hazaribagh is just 100 kilometers from Ranchi. Now, Swami's daughter, Maya Devi, had settled down in Ichak with her mother. Her youngest daughter was also living there with her husband. Husband's name is Amresh. There's Amresh and Reena. They were running a school there, and it's not exactly a school. It became a tuition center because hardly people joined the school. There were only 50 students, and the school had only up to 5th standard. There was only a meager income from this for the family. So in order to supplement it, Amresh started to work as a primary veterinary health service. So he was earning again a little income from that, but that wasn't enough either. But then the whole family visited the ashram in 2008. And after this visit, when they went back to their village, things began to improve dramatically. His school of 50 students, by mere tuition center, now has become a real school from 50 to 150 students, 150 students to 300 students. So it was becoming fast a big school of 300 students. And some of those co-founders who were working with him quarreled and they left. And what was more, he was not only earning more money now, he was also earning enemies. Some of those people in the village did not like his progress in life. So they were all waiting for a chance to catch him. And it was about 2015 that one day, one of his students, only 7 years old, a boy, was hit in the eye. His teacher, who found him guilty about something, was waving a rod before a female teacher. And when she did it, somehow it got a little too close and hit the boy in the eye. Even she did not expect it, and the boy didn't expect it either. But the hurt was done. The eye was damaged. And what was more, some liquid started to ooze out. And the boy was in great pain. Amresh heard about it, immediately rushed to the place with the parents of the boy, and they carried him over to the nearby city, Hazaribagh. Went around begging every doctor for some relief, for some treatment of this boy. But seeing the condition of the boy, all the doctors refused. Even the most famous Bengali doctor, a friend of this family, said, not possible to give any relief to this boy. He has lost his eye. We cannot recover it, we cannot restore it. Then Amresh could not just stand by and watch the whole thing. He rushed again, 100 kilometers. He rushed to Ranchi, and again he went and begged all those doctors, the private doctors, and all of the same story repeated there. Everybody said, no, we can't do anything about it. And there is one Rajendra government hospital. So finally, he rushed the boy. You see, the minutes were precious. They were ticking by. They had to do some treatment immediately, but this took a lot of time. And then finally, he had no other go. He begged those people, and they admitted the boy in the hospital and said, we would try. Now that was a great thing for Amrish, where every other doctor denied any treatment at all. These people had come forward to try at least. Okay. So the boy got admitted. They had fixed a date for operation, and the operation was also done. In the meantime, right from the moment Amrish's wife heard the news that one of the school boys was hit in the eye and was in great pain, and the husband and parents are running around begging the doctors for a treatment, she just lighted a lamp before the picture of Bhagwan, started to pray, started to chant his name, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar, and pray and pray and pray. Beena Dikshit also joined, and ceaselessly they were praying and praying. They were almost screaming and praying, begging and begging and begging Bhagwan. Reena, in all her innocence, childlike innocence, even prayed this. She said, Bhagwan, you have got thousands of eyes. Please give one eye to this little poor boy. Bhagwan must have heard it, because the operation was done, and then the doctor said they could tell anything definite only after 3 days. The boy had the eye bed, and it would be open only after 3 days. So these people were chanting the name and waiting, holding their breath for some relief. And then the day came when they removed the eye bed of the boy. And when the boy opened his eyes, he shouted in joy, oh, I can see you all. Imagine that moment, how Amresh, the whole family would have felt, how the parents would have felt, given up as hopeless by every doctor, that Amresh, this boy, could recover his eyesight was a great wonder to everybody. The doctors there admitted that it was a pure miracle. How this boy could have retained the eyesight in spite of the damage, known only to God. So such a wonder. All those people, the enemies of Amrish, who were waiting for a chance to drive him out of the village, were defeated by the grace of Bhagwan. And Amrish's honor was saved, the school's honor was saved. Above all, the poor little boy got back his eyesight. This is the glory of Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar Nama. The ceaseless chanting of his name, the ceaseless prayer offered, got this miracle done. So invocation of grace is absolutely necessary. For this we have to do this tapas. Because the suffering, the present suffering of the world is due to the collective karma of all in the world. So we need really a huge grace to set right the situation. and for which we have to continue chanting the name ceaselessly and keep offering our prayers at His feet.